Hey, so tonight I'm doing my usual moon salutations, but I wanted to include a pose or two that had to do with Pisces. So today the moon is in Pisces. So we're gonna use thunderbolt pose with the toes tucked. Then we'll just flow into a little bit of loosening up, and we'll practice dancer's pose, which is some pose that I do want to practice. and then we'll go into the moon salutations. So first, I would like to invite you to come into a thunderbolt pose. So it's kind of like a kneeling position. And usually I do this with my feet, the tops of the feet into the surface. But for Pisces moon, it says to be focusing more on the feet. We can tuck the toes, and I have my notes. So tucking the toes, it directs the energy toward the sacral chakra, directs energy upward to release tension from nerve channels in the feet, and opening up stored energy for rapid use. So I can't stay in this position for long. I don't know if you can, but maybe just going back and forth from going to the tops of the feet, which I like doing, and I like kind of massaging my feet into the surface, and then alternating that with tucking the toes for a few seconds or a minute, whatever you choose, just to your comfort. And I'm gonna read a few affirmations that were suggested for the Pisces moon, and I just chose a few that really spoke to me. So let's first begin by taking in a few deep breaths. We're settling here into our thunderbolt pose. I'm going to start with my knees tucked, and then when I feel it's too much, I'll just switch to the tops of my feet. So just breathe comfortably at your own pace. Hands could be on your thighs, or maybe put your hands in the heart center, your hands on your chest. Really make this be whatever you want it to be for you, and just take some deep breaths. Focus on your breath. And listen to me read the affirmations. There is a meaning in everything that I create. I create my happiness just by thinking about it. With every breath I take, I fill my mind with peace and tranquility. I am ready to change the world by being my own unique self. I am open to receiving divine guidance. I inspire and empower others to greatness. I have an inner power which is infinite. I am a beautiful being of light. My heart is open to wisdom, compassion, and unconditional love. I am true, authentic, and expressive. Being creative is one of my greatest pleasures in life. I am grateful for the people who love me unconditionally. I receive an infinite supply of inspiration from the universe. Okay, if your eyes were closed, you can open them here. And I'm going to turn this way with my notes. And just begin to kind of rock front and back. If you were in that position with the tucked toes, maybe let's first come to the tops of the feet and kind of massage the tops of the feet. That got a little intense for me. I really tried to stay with the toes tucked as much as I could, and remembering to take nice deep breaths, focusing on that each affirmation. So we can rock front and back, kind of bringing our hips down and back, and just alternate. Try to see if you can come to your foot flat on the floor. And then let's come do some cat-cow. So remembering that we are going to inhale in the cow and exhale in the cat, bringing the spine towards the ceiling, and inhaling, bringing the tummy towards the surface. So do a few of those at your own pace. Feel free to add to it, maybe swaying your hips from side to side, or maybe circling the hips, whatever you'd like to do in this moment. And then we can come to a downward dog, so placing the palms on the mat, just straightening the knees, bringing the head towards the surface, bringing the heels towards the floor. Again, you can sway from side to side here, or come in and out of downward dog. If not, just take a few breaths here. Maybe pedal the feet. Forgot to mention that if you'd like to use blocks to help you out in any of the poses, we can do that too. So bring the right foot forward and just a gentle rock front and back, alternating between the lunge and a half split. Remembering that we can use these blocks at different heights, so you need to come up a little bit higher, then you got your medium, and then you have the lower height. So really use these blocks to help you out. And the half split, you can come folding over the leg if that feels good. And the lunge, let's press the hips forward. Great, I'm gonna bring that right foot back, come back into downward dog. Again, pedaling the feet. Bringing my belly button in towards the spine. Come back to the kneeling position and bringing the left foot forward. And beginning to rock front and back. Lunge to half split. And this can be as quick or slow as you'd like it to be. Really listen to your body and see what you need in the moment. Fold over. Or lean over. And then in the lunge, pressing the hips forward. Okay, from here, I'm gonna bring my blocks to the side and I'm gonna come into a squat. Come from side to side here, alternating the foot down and lift the heel. And then slowly beginning to lift, straighten the legs and fold. And maybe do a few of these. Okay, slowly bend the knees and lift yourself up. And from here, we're gonna practice dancer's pose. Actually, see, this is me, guys. Come to a seated position and come to bound angle. So you're gonna press the feet together and you can kind of hold your feet here. You can use blocks if you want to kind of rest your knees, thighs on the blocks. If not, you can just practice sitting up nice and tall and holding your feeties. You can do what you feel. So maybe you want to fold forward, maybe you want to do a few twists, matching your breath, right, with the movement. Do some side bends. So I really want you to feel free to do what you feel in the moment. And I'm gonna first read about dancer's pose while you're in bound angle, giving you some time there. And then we'll practice dancer's pose. So practicing dancer's pose during the Pisces moon is supposed to enhance emotional balance, intuition, and spiritual transformation, which for me, all great things. Dancer pose is a grounding, balance pose that can help put in place any intuitive insights received into physical reality. Okay, so really focusing on blending in that spiritual and physical. I love it. So yes, it can help process and release any intense emotions. And practicing this pose during a Pisces moon can amplify your connection to inner wisdom and your higher self. So sounds interesting to me, so I'm sharing. And so now we can get into the dancer's pose. So now we're gonna come back to standing, and I think this is fine here for now. I don't need it right now, right? Nope. I think that I'm pretty much done with my notes. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna move that to the side, and then we can practice dancer's pose. So we're gonna begin, of course, by standing up nice and tall, kind of a mountain pose here with our feet nice deep into the surface, bringing that breath in, continuing to breathe deeply and just being aware and just being amazed and being thankful of beautiful breath, our beautiful breath that's keeping us alive and well. And we can begin practicing dancer's pose by coming into that quad stretch. So we can hold on here to our foot. There's so many different variations of this, and I would love to get into that advanced pose, but I am happy where I am. So again, holding on here. We might need to hold on to a surface for some balance. I haven't worked out at all today. I'm fasting and I'm just enjoying the day and fasting from food, solid foods, and social media and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm bringing my my foot towards my glutes as close as possible, and tummy tucked into the spine as usual. Sometimes this can help with balance too when you have the opposite hand lifted up. And then from here, always pressing the hips forward as well. From here, we can begin to kind of come a bit forward and see if we can lift this heel or this thigh up behind us. Our hand can be out in front, and here just really focus on the breath. And I'm going to release that foot. And that's where I am today with this pose. Okay, so again, let's reset. And then let's practice that on the other side. Coming into that quad stretch. Sometimes, if you'd like to deepen this stretch, just a little tip here, you can push your foot into your hand and push your hand into your foot for a couple of seconds and then release. And after doing that a few times, you might find that you can come deeper into that stretch. I'm going to begin to try to come into it on this leg, which is sometimes challenging for me. Balance on the right leg. Understanding that this can look different in everybody else's body. So whatever I saw on the internet might not be what's matching me in this moment, but just paying attention to my breath, finding that balance. and release. So if you want to practice that pose a little bit more, you can pause this video. But if not, I'm ready to move on to my moon salutation, knowing and remembering. I'm going to jot this down that this is a great pose for Pisces moon and for a pose that I really want to practice to getting better at. So again, for a moon salutation, you could have blocks near you to help you get in some of the poses. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the camera. I feel like it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna start on the left side of the mat in mountain pose. Nice breath. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling out to the left. Inhaling and exhaling to the right. Inhaling, bringing our right foot over, coming into star pose and lowering ourselves to goddess pose. And coming down to where it feels comfortable, taking a nice deep breath here. And a smile. Coming out of that, my left toes are pointing to forward and my right toes are pointing to the side, to the right. Coming into triangle pose, leaning over here, which you can use, you know, the block if you'd like. Coming into pyramid pose, so folding over that right leg. And those back toes can stay facing to the side, or you can have them face the same direction as your front toes. Bringing that back knee down, we'll come into our lunge here. Raising the arms. Palms facing each other. Bringing the hands in front of the right foot, we can come over to our side lunge. So I'm gonna practice it with my heel off the surface this first time around. And maybe practice on my balance and that tuck toe energy that we were talking about earlier. And then we're gonna come slowly and gently over to the left side for our side lunge. Again, trying to balance here. You can definitely use the blocks. Nice deep breath here. And then one hand on each side. We'll turn our body to the left and come for our low lunge here. Lifting the arms. Palms on the mat or blocks. Tuck the toes, straighten the back leg, lift for your pyramid pose here, folding over the left. Bringing the right toes to face forward, coming for our triangle pose on this side. Sometimes you might want to come up and adjust your body. And coming up to star into goddess pose. Again, bringing the left foot to meet the right. Inhaling, exhaling to the left. Inhale and exhale to the right. Mountain pose. Now we'll travel back to the left side. Okay, inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Bringing the left foot over. Coming into your goddess pose. Straightening the legs and folding over to triangle pose. Right toes are facing the front, left toes are facing the left. Your next exhale will come into pyramid pose. Bending the front leg, bringing the right knee to the mat, coming for our lunge. And because I'm practicing leaving my whole foot on the ground, I'm gonna come for my side lunge, trying to keep my whole foot on the surface. Again, trying to adjust, maybe using a block if we need to. Or you can come to the heel lifted. This is just me and my practice. And slowly traveling over to the right, which is a tiny bit better. Leaving my foot flat. Bringing the palms on either side of the foot, turning over for our lunge. Palms, side of the feet, straightening the leg, bending over, pyramid pose. Bringing the left toes to face the front for triangle pose. Coming back up and coming into goddess pose. And bringing the right foot to meet the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale and exhale, hands to heart center. And that is my moon salutation for this evening. Blended in with some poses for Pisces moon. From here you can come into meditation. Maybe you want to come into child's pose, bringing your forehead to the mat, which is also really good for Pisces, and for just a relaxation, especially if you're practicing this right before bed. I really hope that, any information that I gave you today will just enlighten you, and maybe you learn something new that you can use in your day or night routine. A beautiful blessed night, love and light. see you next time.